while I was trying to gather these books together for this video. Unfortunately, it came detached, the book cover from its book. So, there you have it. But at least it came off in a very clean way, which is fine. I'm using these for Happy Meal, and I think it won't matter. Um, like I said, it was $2.49. This is a um, mass-produced paperback edition from, let's see here who the publisher is. I think it was Baton. Um, yes, Baton Books. And the illustrator is Joseph Schindelman. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I want to say, where's my readers? The copyright on this book is from March 1984. This is the 10th printing of this book. And I was quite happy to find it. I was very happy with the illustrations in this book. It actually reminds me of a book that my teacher in 3rd grade used to have. She would read us from it every afternoon before the bell rang, an excerpt from it. I look forward to her reading to us, and I love the illustrations, but that book actually was a different cover, and obviously it had to be an earlier edition because it was, I want to say, some 70 something, 79, maybe 1980. So a lot a lot earlier, I'm sorry. So I was very happy to find this edition. I It's full of lovely illustrations that are going to work very well for a Happy Mail in August. Uh, and next I have a copy of James and Giant Peach. Also was $2.49. This is from a different publisher, and I believe it is, I want to say it is I see 1961, but I don't believe that's, here we go, 1988. It looks like this is for 1988, this edition of James and Peach. Actually, we owned a copy of this book, but I think it was a condensed version of it. It was a hardcover, and the illustrations were from the screen adaptation that there was a screen adaptation of James and Giant Peach sometime in the early 2000s, I believe. I remember taking my son to see the movie and purchasing the book for him, so that was some years back. But these illustrations are quite lovely, and I feel like they're going to work well for our use, for our purposes, for our Happy Mail. I really don't remember too much about James and Giant Peach, just that he takes a trip in a peach, and he befriends some insects. That's the only thing I really remember about James and Giant Peach. But I was very happy to find this one, and the last book that we found was this copy of Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator. It also is a Puffin book, $2.49 as well. And I believe this one is from, I see 1972, but I don't think that's the actual date of this book. They throw these, that's the only one I can see, but I don't think this is from 1972. But it seems like it is the same, it looks like it's the same illustrator from the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory book that we picked up. This is the sequel to Charlie and Chocolate Factory: The Further Adventures of Charlie Bucket and Willy Wonka, Charlie Chocolate Maker Extraordinary. Um, so this book I don't I did not read. Um, I remember I remember hearing about it. And I never really got around to reading it. Um, but I love the illustrations. They seem to be well, it's the same illustrator, so they are in the same style. Um, and this book is in pretty good condition, although I don't believe that it's from 1972. I think it is probably a little later, although I don't know exactly how late, because I only see this one date, which is 1972. But I don't think that's really the true date of this book. But I only paid $2.39 for it, so I was quite happy with this purchase. And we will get good use from it for August. So the next couple of books I will be showing in this video are books from our own collection. We had these books already in our possession, but we did want a couple more titles. We want a variety of titles for the Roald Dahl theme for August. And we found a few books, um, but there are some titles that we are still in search of. Hopefully we find them, but I think we have a good variety at the moment. We do have a repeat. We have already owned a copy of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl, except this is a later edition. These this this book is illustrated by Quentin Blake, and the illustrations are quite different. It is a hardcover book as well, so it has these really lovely end pages. I love the stripe and the book plate. The illustrations, I will say, are not my favorite. I think I'm more partial to the earlier edition, but I think that's because of nostalgia. It reminds me of my childhood, and I have fond memories of that story being read to in school. So that's possibly my reason for favoring that edition over this one. But it's a lovely book. It has a lot of illustrations as well, but just in a different style. But this will work fine for our purposes. I am quite happy to have found the other Charlie and Chocolate Factory book. I almost don't want to cut that book up, but like I said, the cover's already been detached, so it will be fine. I have a conscience about these things. I purchase books for Happy Meal, for junk journaling, but then the book lover in me finds it hard to bring myself to cut them up or tear them up and use them for purposes of which I purchased them for. But hopefully that will not be the case, because I do want to include this edition in our Happy Mail. I think we'll be using both editions. And then that leads me to the next book that we have for August, which is Roald Dahl's Matilda. This is also illustrated by Quentin Blake. And I really like this edition. I think the colors is what attracted me to it. I got this edition in a book subscription that I belonged to a few years back. I believe it was a Coffee and a Classic, and the book would come with some themed ephemera and a beverage. I think you could also have gotten a snack, but that was a higher price point. So it would come with a beverage of your choice, which is coffee or tea or hot chocolate, and um, and you would get it monthly. Uh, but I had canceled my subscription some years ago. I'm not sure if the subscription is still around, but I still have this book. And up until then, I had not read Matilda by Roald Dahl. And I will say I was very fond of the story, although it's been some years since I read it and I don't remember too much of it, unfortunately. I have a very bad short term memory, unfortunately. So I I remember Matilda's parents being quite horrible, and um, that's really all I remember. And maybe her principal at her school as well. I do remember that her teacher, or I think her teacher, was very sweet to her. But I honestly don't remember any more about this book. Um, but I did read it. Uh, I just can't remember. This originally was $7.99. I don't remember exactly how much the book subscription was uh, that I paid for this copy when we received the that month's box. But I want to say way over a $7.99 book. Um, I'm thinking it was like around $40 the book the box subscription, and I understand, they source these special items, and they're including a snack and goodies, uh, but when you see the price, $7.99, it does make you think, oh my goodness, I can't believe I overpaid for this book. I do like the book though. I love the colors, um, and I like the illustrations in this one. I think maybe because this is the only book I have seen of Matilda. I hadn't uh, read it until, like I said, a few years ago. So I'm fine with these illustrations. Um, and so there you have it. Those are the books that we will be sourcing from for our August Happy Mail, um, for our Roald Dahl theme. If you're interested in our Happy Mail subscription, I will leave our Patreon link down below, so you may take a peek if you like. We do have some slots open for our Bronte tier at the moment. We have 3 physical mail tiers, the Olcott tier, the Bronte tier, and the Austen tier, with a range between $5 and $12 per month. Um, and at the moment, our lower tiers, our Alcott tier and our Bronte tier, are available. I think there is one slot left for the Austen tier at the moment as well. I did open a slot for that tier. But the Alcott tier is $5, and you receive sticker. It's a sticker, our sticker tier, and you receive 2 stickers. Usually there are themed from their theme stickers for that month, and a piece of ephemera playing card, um, and it's snail mail, so it is stamped and there's no tracking, and mostly to keep costs down and make it easier for us to get the Happy Meal out to you. And I love receiving mail, physical mail, and when I go to the mailbox, and I get all excited when I get um, physical mail. So we do have the Elko tier, like I said, open, and the Bronte tier, which is Bronte tier is $10 a month, and it is similar to the Austen tier, which is our highest tier. You just get a little bit less items, but it's a pretty good value for the price. It's, like I said, $10, and again, all our Happy Meal subscriptions are snail mail, which is stamp mail, and there is no tracking. Um, I hope you enjoyed this video and you decide possibly to return again for another one. I'm going to leave this one here at the moment, and I want to thank you again for joining me. If you have stayed till this point, I appreciate it. If you like the video, please hit the like button. That will really help our tiny channel. And if not, no worries. We appreciate your viewership, and we hope you return again for another video. But until next time, take care. God bless. See you soon.